This is Between Hook Sets. I'm Jason Walter from In Through the Outdoors with my partner in slime, Kurt Underhill from the Fishing Crew. Hey there.
What's going on, dude?
Well, it's another Wednesday night. Happy Hump Day, high five, and all that jazz.
That it is, and we just dodged another storm in Pierre. I think Pierre might have got a little hail. We just got a little wind and rain up at our house, but looked pretty nasty between here and Pierre's 20 minutes ago.
I heard 2.3 inch hail in Sully County.
Again, 2 weeks in a row, man.
We dodged it last night here. We had storms to the north, storms to the south, so we lucked out and it split, and I don't think we're going to have any problems now tonight, beyond the fact that it's just too hot out. Way too hot.
It's way too hot. And I'm heading to Whitlock for the weekend camping.
Yeah, well, you'll have fun there.
What's that?
Actually, you'll have fun. The temperature's supposed to cool down a bit, I think. So maybe 5-10 degrees. That'll help.
Well, good thing I have this beautiful team lodge I'm in to stay in all weekend. I'll be nice and cool. Right. I'm not worried about that, but we're going to be up there for the 17th annual Ben Karsh Memorial Tournament. So that'll be fun this weekend. We do that every year, and that'll be pretty fun. And we're going to do, go out fish with the family. It's just a family tournament, so it'll be a lot of fun. Probably going to use what we're talking to this kid about tonight. Some what he makes, the old bottom bouncer and spinner tactics.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff, and I love the fact that he's 12 years old. When I met him, he was 11, and now he's 12, and he's got to be one of the youngest tackle makers that's doing his own thing with his own store and the whole 9 yards, and that is Jack Olson from Jack's Tackle. Whoops, I'm sorry, I clicked and I shouldn't have clicked. I got rid of you. Jack, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. Hey, it's great to have you here on Between Hook Sets. It's one of those things we've kind of been waiting for a month or so here. We kind of talked to you about being on the show, and then, of course, we had the Gov Cup and a lot of stuff going on. So today is finally here. You've got school starting in a few weeks. How do you feel about that?
Not ready for that.
I wouldn't be either if I were you. Not at all. But then again, you could probably use a bit of a break. Or won't you take a break? Will you keep making tackle all year long?
Yeah, all year.
Okay. So tell us about your tackle business. How did you end up starting a tackle business at the age of 11?
Well, I just wanted to help catch fish, and I really love fishing, so it was like two things that I really liked, so that's why I did it.
Well, I'm glad you did it, because you have gone from being a pretty quiet kid at 11 to being a 12-year-old, being on TV and doing all kinds of things that I'm sure you never dreamt of. Did you ever think that there would be a TV camera in your kitchen, having you on the front edge of the camera and you actually being on TV?
Not at all. No.
It's one of those things that I suppose, did you ever think about it? I mean, just a little bit, that you might become slightly famous because you're making tackle and the fact that you're a kid?
Maybe, but not really. That wasn't really my goal.
I'm guessing if you thought at all you were going to be famous, it's maybe because you're an excellent golfer and you ended up having a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
So tell us about the hole-in-one. That's actually a pretty neat experience.
Well, I went golfing. It was just like the most random thing. I just hit a 9-iron on a hole I play every single day pretty much. Usually it doesn't come close to going in. I didn't even think it was going in. Bounced on the fringe. Thought it wasn't even close, and my friend said it's going in and started freaking out. So
yeah, that's pretty exciting. And then you had told me that you had a near miss on a second hole-in-one.
Yeah.
Well, I heard the rule is, but it probably not at 12. You have to buy the clubhouse all drinks if you hit a hole-in-one. How'd that work out at 12 years old?
I didn't say anything about it.
Out of there, huh?
Well, let's talk more about your tackle business, because you've done so many cool things. You've actually teamed up with the Carson Wentz AO1 Foundation. Tell us about this whole venture that you guys have done together with the art kids drawing the crankbaits and you actually painting what they drew?
So basically, the whole idea behind it was we're gonna have the kids make a pattern, whatever. Then I choose the pattern. Then $1 goes back to the AO1 Foundation for every crankbait sale. So I'm just trying to give back to the AO1 Foundation, and that's the best way I thought of it. So
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. And we'll talk about the microbeaded snells a little closer toward the end of the broadcast. We'll just talk for a few minutes about that. I think people want to know more about your tackle business. You are in dozens of stores at this point. You're in Shields. You're everywhere. Kind of off the top of your head, tell us where we can find your tackle.
I have the list right here. Grand Forks Shields, Home of Economy in Grand Forks, Triggered Archery in East Grand Forks, Ace Hardware in Hallock, Minnesota, Gene's Sport Shop in Perham, Reed's in Walker, Dean's Bait in Walker, Shields Fargo, Flag Island on Lake of the Woods, South Golden Lake Campground, Walleye Willie's Bake Shop in Minneapolis, Home of Economy in Devil's Lake, South End R&R in Warwick, North Dakota, High Banks Resort, Outdoors Again in Baudette. And
that's pretty crazy. And it's available in South Dakota now, too.
Yeah, we got a store in DeSmit, so.
Yeah, so I only have to drive like 35 miles and I can buy your tackle. So it's kind of fun to buy stuff in person. But you are selling stuff online. You don't actually have your own website, but if they go to your social media pages, specifically, I suppose, Facebook, you get the link to the page where they can shop and buy your tackle.
Yeah, it's in the bio of our Facebook and Instagram page, so.
And all of the stuff that you offer, we talked about the spinners, you've got jigs and all of this stuff. Obviously, you're not painting spinners, but you're painting the jigs, you're painting the crankbaits. So it's all your creation.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty fun. So what made you decide to go from making spinners, or did you do jigs first? What did you do first?
First thing was spinners, then jigs.
So. And that really, when it comes right down to it, that's kind of the easiest. Do you tie your own snells or are you buying pre-snells?
Tie your own snells and everything. So.
All right. Well, see, you're a kid with good eyes. You could see all of that intricate knot stuff, and you could do that. But then you decided to paint. So, are you painting with an airbrush on jigs, or are you dipping and doing the powder coating? How are you doing the jigs?
So for the jigs, we do the powder coating. We just dip them, but then the crankbaits are airbrushed, obviously.
So when did you grab an airbrush and try that for the first time?
What's that?
When did you grab an airbrush and try that for the first time?
It was like this spring. It wasn't too long ago.
So what's your favorite thing to do then?
I don't know. I like it all. I like airbrushing the most because I can like make new colors whenever I want, and I can just like think of stuff. Then if it looks good, then I'll sell it. So that's pretty fun.
How much stuff do you have that you don't sell? How much do you stockpile of your own?
We sell all of it pretty much at some point, but I like to make a lot to sell, like for shows or whatever.
Well, it's pretty neat. When you look at, I think I've got a picture here where we can give people an idea of one of the crankbaits. The other one kind of got cut off, so this one we can see a little bit better. You're doing multiple colors there, and it's a real neat job. But the crazy thing is, now that you've used an airbrush, I got an airbrush to paint fish, and I ended up painting cranks.
Yeah.
I would assume with you being able to paint a crankbait, you'll be able to paint your own replica perch and bluegill. Do you have that thought in the back of your head?
Yeah, I have a bass that I started a little bit ago that I want to finish up painting, so I'll get to that at some point.
That's another whole other art form, painting fish.
Yeah.
It really is. And the cool thing is, if you've ever heard of Tyler Erickson with Top Notch Taxidermy, I had a chance to sit in with him on a full day to watch him paint a walleye. And you can come down and do that with him. So you can learn how to do each of the species. So you could sit down and do a bass with him or a perch and learn his way of doing things. And I think he's got a fantastic artistic ability that just kind of blows my mind when it comes to painting fish and replicas.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a guest on the show tonight.
Oh,
Lucy.
you've got, look at that. Oh, so who do we have here? All I see is
We
the
got
top of a head.
Lucy.
Oh yeah, look at there. Well, you
So-
always have to have a little extra help. Here's just a quick picture of Jack with the display in one of the stores that he's in. This happens to be Northwood Bait and Tackle. Jack, did you ever think you'd be in Shields?
Not really. No.
Isn't that awesome? So you ended up getting in Shields in is it Grand Forks or Fargo first?
It was
Fargo?
Grand Forks first.
Grand Forks. Okay. So there's a Shields in Grand Forks. Is there a Cabela's in Grand Forks? East Grand Forks?
Yeah, it's East Grand Forks, Cabela's.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well, we
when
like Shields because obviously you can see it on Kurt's banner there. The fishing crew is sponsored by Shields, so we're definitely all about Shields, and we're glad to have you there. It's way too much fun to watch you do what you do. Now, this picture is a microbeaded snell, and I actually have an episode coming out next week that explains what I did. I'm always fiddling around with different kinds of tackle. I'm just messing around trying to find something different, and I do it for myself. I'm not doing it to share with anybody, not like Northland Tackle is going to call and say, hey, boy, do we want that idea. But I thought I would share stuff with you for the fact that it gives you something different. And with the Chase and Walter microbeaded snell, I in the episode, I explain how I offered it to you guys. If you buy all of the products, you put everything together, you market and sell it. I don't want anything out of it. I just want you to give a dime every time to the Children's Miracle Network. And you agreed to do that. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're making, and I've got this board here. So the colors that are available, these are the colors that Jack picked out and decided to put together and market, and they're available on his site as well. And remember, a dime every time. And what we'd like to do there is share a check with the Fishing for Miracles tournament that happens every winter on Lake Poncet. And of course, that's for Children's Miracle Network as well. It just so happens the Grand Forks area, or at least North Dakota and South Dakota, share the Children's Miracle Network Hospital, the Sanford Children's Hospital in Sioux Falls. So it's all going to that one spot where it should for local kids.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Do you have anything crazy lined up? Do you have any aspirations of being a tournament fisherman or anything of that nature?
Yeah, that'd be cool. But for business wise, we have a couple big things coming up this winter that'll be pretty exciting. So,
are you getting Peak? Are you getting into the ice fishing market?
What?
Are you getting it into the ice fishing market? Is that a little hint?
Yeah. Well, I was last year. I made spoons and ice.
Okay.
We got some more stuff coming out. So.
Well, and those microbeaded snells worked awesome on marsh on those jumbo perch. So I know they catch big walleye because I caught a number of 20-inch walleye. I caught big bluegill on Big Stone with them. And then we caught those jumbo perch this past winter. It was really awesome. You have one more thing going for you there too. And I just can't get used to where my camera points, but you're wearing the new Jack's Tackle hoodies. I sent my check. I can't wait to get my hoodie in the mail. I'm pretty excited about it. Tell us about those.
Well, they just came out like last week. They're $35 a hoodie. So
makes it pretty inexpensive. I think it was $48 for me to have it shipped. So if you want to have it shipped, you will ship as well, right?
Yeah.
It just cost a few bucks more.
Yeah.
And are you selling the hats too?
Yeah, we sell that.
Okay. So do you plan on moving out of mom and dad's house and buying a new house on your own here soon, or are you just going to stick with mom and dad till you graduate?
Stick with mom and dad till I graduate.
That's probably a whole house with tackle. That's a good idea. Make sure you have that boat and all the stuff you need before you leave, buddy.
Yeah, that's very true. Make sure you borrow a few of mom's spoons, knives, and forks too. when you move out, because you're going to need a few of those. And oh, that's awesome. Sherry's chiming in here. So pretty sweet hoodie and nice work. That's fantastic. I love getting comments.
I got to ask a question before we get off, though. What do you like doing more, fishing or golfing?
Fishing.
Right answer.
What are you better at, fishing or golfing, Mr. Hole-in-One?
I'd say fishing.
Well, that's scary.
You do have quite a few pictures of your catches, and people are all they're all about watching you catch fish.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Another comment. Of course, you can comment throughout, and we're going to have this out on Facebook and YouTube, and we're hoping that folks will listen, and hopefully they'll buy some cranks. You got money going to the AO1 Foundation, and then you've got money from the microbeaded snails going to the Children's Miracle Network. So you're giving back as well as a 12-year-old, and I think that's fantastic.
Yep. Good.
Jack, congratulations to you. You're doing a bang-up job. It's great to have you here. It's not easy for a 12-year-old to sit down in a chair in front of a couple of guys and go live on Facebook, and you're doing a great job. So now that you're almost a movie star, you'll be able to do just about anything and everything.
Yeah.
All right. You say hi to your parents and your brother, too.
All right.
Thanks for your time, buddy.
Right.
Congratulations on the business.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's fun.
That was pretty cool. See kids into the sport like that. I mean, that's awesome. Starting the business and coming up as an entrepreneur in the business is pretty cool to see. So that's an awesome deal.
Yeah, I never thought we'd have a chance to sit down with a kid
in a few years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, isn't that something? It's going to be fun to watch him grow up and watch him make a bigger business. And I'm guessing that eventually he'll, if he continues to have that passion and loves it, he will continue on and be one of the big tackle makers in the upper Midwest.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Kurt, happy hump day to you. Hope you guys have a great weekend on Lake Oahe up there in the Whitlock area.
Yep. Thank you, buddy. See you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Go deep.
Go.
Oh, yeah, that is.